What's up, my risers? This is your girl, Phoenix. Um, I had to go on and do this reading because I kept hearing this song, and I'm trying to think. It was like, if I ever took a loss, I learned a lesson. I will never think I'm better than the next man. I've been down before the come up, I ain't stressing. Baby, I'm too busy counting all these blessings, blessings. If y'all know who that is, please comment that and tell me who that is. Because you are unbothered right now. You're really just stepping in that energy of who you are, the conqueror that you are. You are a beast. But I'm also sensing this energy of there are people on the sideline that are not feeling that. Oh well, you know. But yeah, you're stepping fully into your divine birthright. Those things that have been held back from you, you're embracing abundance, love, and the power of creation. You are getting ready to step. If you haven't already stepped, you're getting ready to step into your divine birthright. Um, you have actually conquered a lot of things. This is giving me that energy of um, it's like you have actually, I'm hearing mastered. You have mastered this thing to where it's getting to this place where like things are happening, but you're learning to just go with the flow of life versus stressing over everything, which how the song goes. Baby, I'm too busy counting all these blessings, blessings. You're making it happen. You're manifesting. There are things you're manifesting that you're bringing to fruition. You know what I'm saying? Things that I feel like this has been a long time coming. Mm-hmm. Yes, that magician right there. But alchemist, that's funny. That is the magician, but that is also, I'm sorry for that light, the alchemist. Yes, you have been taking steps into using your higher power to shift timelines. Instead of complaining, you've actually been stepping into your higher power and you've actually been shifting those timelines. You are claiming everything that is yours, and this is because now you have a deeper understanding of who you are and what it is that you're bringing. But it's not also who you are and what you're bringing, but how to go about things. You know what I'm saying? You're done. Um, you're alchemizing. And instead of worrying, you're taking that energy and you're alchemizing it. You're taking things that look like they're not working in your favor, and you're alchemizing them to work in your favor. And this is, I kid you not, is bringing you that breakthrough. It's bringing you that breakthrough, and it's shifting everything around you, shifting everything around you, because now you're learning. You have a deep understanding about how to alchemize. How to alchemize. I'm hearing you. You're alchemizing fear into courage, into confidence, or whatever it is. That fear, you're learning to alchemize that. Whatever was going on that was creating those problems of the shadows, you're alchemizing it to what it needs to do to work for you. Yes. And that's why you're a beast with it now. You're confident. You're a conqueror. You're overcoming everything that life is throwing at you. And your people, I'm hearing them cheering you on. They're saying, let's go. Let's do this. Let's do this. Let's get it. Keep going. It's almost like I'm seeing somebody. It's almost like watching somebody racing and clapping like, keep going, keep going. You got it. You got it. You know? And so that's what I'm seeing right now. Yes. That's why I say you too busy counting all these blessings. You're no longer stressing. You're coming up, 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 coming up. Blessings. You're learning to grow. You're actually expanding. You're learning to alchemize those heartaches, those heartbreaks, those heartaches, those betrayals that you've endured. You're actually learning how to alchemize those things, and they're bringing you into this place of expansion and growth for your highest, greatest good. Let's see, you're conquering it. Yeah. And now you're stepping into this place of, how would I put it? But yeah, you're stepping into this place. This is not you. No. The energy that I'm getting from this is people are looking at you and they're curious. This says the Princess of Pentacles, which represents the Page of Pentacles. You have people that are watching. They're watching you and they're wanting to know how you're doing this. They're curious. Like, how is she turning water to wine? How is she making these things come into fruition for her? And some of them may even be trying to, I'm hearing, trying to imitate, but can never duplicate. So you have people that are watching you that are also trying to, thinking they can do what you do. And they don't know your struggles. They don't know your struggles. They don't know what you've been through. You've mastered the way of having the authority. You've learned how to master alchemizing. But it wasn't because it was more of life taught you. Life taught you. It was almost like I'm hearing, it's the hard knock life for us. It's the hard knock life for us. Instead of kisses, we get kicked. So basically, you had to learn it the hard way. You learned how to alchemize by actually going through it. And you actually took authority of it. You've mastered this thing and you're moving forward. You're standing in your energy. You're standing proudly. You're standing strongly. You're standing in your authority. And you have people here that are watching you, wondering and curious, like, how is she doing that? How is she making things happen? How is she making that work for her? Yeah, these people are watching you. They're watching you conquer. And this could also be someone who tried to stop you. Not everyone. Not everyone. Some of you, you just have some people just curious in your energy. And they're just watching you. And they're just wondering, how did you climb up? Because I'm hearing started from the bottom. Now we're here. Started from the bottom. Now the whole team here. They're wondering how you came up. But then you have those other people that are wondering, like, how did she do it? Because I set a trap. You're closing out a lot of cycles. You're closing out a lot of cycles and you're stepping into fully who you are. The tides are turning. The tides are turning and they're turning in your favor. You're finding your strength. I'm seeing that lion right there. You're finding your strength and you're soaring high. And so every time you're learning to raise your frequency, as a matter of fact, you're learning to raise your frequency. You've actually learned how to alchemize to the point that you've learned to raise your frequency. I'm seeing that eagle up there and it made me think about what someone said about the eagle. When the birds come for the eagle understands that it is at a level that is low, because the eagle is usually the one that's over everything. They fly in the highest altitude. So when they're getting attacked by other birds, they understand that their frequency is below the level that they normally go to. So when a bird starts to attack them, they shoot up so high in altitude to where the other birds cannot handle that, and they will pretty much fall off. I don't know if it's fainting or lose consciousness or whatever. So you've learned how to alchemize that. And instead of fighting fire with fire or meeting people at their energy, you're actually learning to just hone in on love and raise your frequency. And this is what's bringing you into these cycles of completion with these people who sit there and watch you and thought they sat there and curious and wondering, how are you making things happen? When these people once upon a time actually thought they had some type of authority over your life, over who you are. They had some kind of faith in this, and I'm hearing that someone got very cocky. They got too cocky and they got too comfortable. And they got left hooked. That's the way I heard it. They got caught with a left hook out of nowhere. Because now, where they thought that they had authority over you, you took that authority back and you became that beast that they're now afraid of. Yes. Good job. Oh! Body wisdom. It says, listen to your body's subtle cues. It holds the answers that you see. So you've been following your gut feelings. You've been following what your gut tells you. You've been trusting what your feelings are. And these things, they reflect the truth like a mirror. Mirror of truth. Intuition reflects the truth like a mirror. Trust what you perceive. Yes. You've actually been trusting what it is that you feel and what you've perceived and what you've gotten from that. You've learned to trust it. Yes, because your third eye has awakened. I'm not hearing awaken. It has awakened. That's how I heard it. It's awakened, and your intuitive abilities have actually enhanced. You've actually started to learn to trust what you feel and stop letting people tell you what you feel. That's what it is. And you've actually started honing in on that higher self, that connection with your higher self, which is taking you to new heights. This is why, once again, we're going back to stepping into and tapping into that divine birthright and stepping into your higher power, which is your higher self, connecting with your higher self, that is shifting those timelines. You're shifting those timelines. So where people once thought they had that authority, no more. You're stepping out of that cycle and you're stepping into your own. You found your strength and you took your authority back. And now it's leaving these people like, wait a minute. How does she do that? How does she do that? How does she do that? I got to figure out how to do that. But them trying to step into your energy and doing whatever it is that they're doing, it's going to leave them in a lot of hurt. See that storm? A lot of emotional storm. These people have caused you a lot of emotional storm. But now it's like everything, those cycles are ending, but those cycles are coming back around to them. They're going to be going through the emotional storm, and it's going to take them basically back to the drawing board. Like trying to figure out how to get back, how to fix this chaos that they caused. But what I'm hearing is, it's too late to apologize. Sorry, my singing, y'all. I don't know that song, but that's what I heard. It's too late to apologize. They're asking you to have faith. Continue moving forward. Continue to trust in this journey. Continue to trust yourself. Continue to trust what you feel no matter what. Continue moving forward. Continue to trust your body. Trust what you feel. Trust what you perceive. Trust what's being reflected back to you. Because a lot of times the things that you are seeing is I feel like the things that you're seeing is telling you a lot. But it's also telling you a lot, not just about what's the people around you, but what's going on with you. That's what I said. Remember, it says practice compassion, understanding, kindness, and love. And that's where I'm coming in when it said going back to you're raising your frequency. You see how that heart is going above the hand? You have learned to hone in to self and raise your frequency through the power of love, kindness. You know, that doesn't mean that you're letting people run over you or think they're going to play in your face. No. That's not what we're talking about here. We're talking about you still setting those boundaries, but you're understanding. And it's not even about, it's like you're not even competing with anybody. You know, you're not in competition with anybody. You're really just sitting, minding your business, just being with yourself, tapping into yourself, learning to grow and expand as you move forward, being a better person and having a different perception. And so what you have learned to do is you've learned, as I go back to saying, like the eagle, you realize that when you are getting attacked by these birds, that you are flying too low. And so you learn to go in and tap in and hone into self and give that love to yourself and raise that frequency so that those birds that think they're going to come and attack you, the elevation is so high that they lose consciousness because they're not there, but you keep soaring. So they're telling you, trust the journey and continue to soar. Be patient, have faith. Everything is going to work out for you. It seems like everything is like I'm seeing the word chaos, and you may be feeling like, you know, there's some things are starting to feel a little chaotic sometimes, and it could be the people that could be feeling the chaos. Excuse my chair, it loves to make this noise. But until I can get a chair that I need, we're going to have to deal with this for a little while. But yes, you're learning how to alchemize things. And now it's coming to a place where you're stepping out of those old cycles and you're stepping into a new, where you're having those breakthroughs. You're learning to alchemize. You're learning to alchemize. You're alchemizing those heartaches, those emotional storms, and you're manifesting. You're manifesting with them, and you're taking authority. You're taking back authority, which is bringing you to this place of completion. It's bringing you to this place of having that breakthrough of something that I feel you've had, because I keep hearing long awaited. So this is something that you have been long waiting for, and it's almost, because I'm hearing like you know, it taught you a lot of patience about, you know, and learning about divine timing. But I was also hearing like you were getting, I guess, this sense of frustration when you were like, why is it every time that I'm tired of, you know, it was like I can hear the person kind of trying to be positive but complaining at the same time. Like, why is it every time I'm over here doing this, I'm doing that, and I'm minding my business, I'm trying my best, and every time here's some mess. It's always some mess. But that's okay. You've learned how to alchemize now. And that's why I'm saying, like, you're too busy counting all the blessings. So this is somebody who's also learning to give gratitude through the storms as well. So yeah, keep doing what you're doing. Keep moving forward. Keep stepping forward. Don't worry about these other people. You just continue to raise your frequency, because, like I said before, I couldn't pick the words right, but now I got it. The eagle soars at a very high elevation that no other bird could reach. And so the point and the moral of the story is continue to raise your frequency, so that those that do not match your frequency, they'll fall off. When you go to a higher elevation, they'll begin to fall off of you. They'll lose consciousness because they were never conscious. So, yes. As I said before, my name is Phoenix, and I'm the owner of Safe Space Wellness. And if you'd like to get a reading done, you can book with me on my Linktree. I have the link in the bio. Until then, stay up, y'all.